the Bohrok to this day remain the most iconic and the most well-made Bionicle sets. So many sensational play features packed into one little toy. They can roll up into a frickin' ball. They can become little xenomorph bug baddies. Wow. Today, I want to celebrate the legendary Bohrok by looking at a few fan creations. Let's see how the community takes this genius idea and expands on it and, hey, maybe even improves upon it. We kick things off with the insanely cool Viohalkas and their mock Bohrok Tribok. It's oddly rare to see custom Bohrok creations that actually transform. And look, I get it. Putting in a lot of extra pieces, effort, and energy to make sure that the transformed version looks as good as it does, well, it can make it very difficult to ensure that it also rolls up into a ball. There's a lot of engineering that you gotta do to make that work. It's not always easy, but dang, it's so impressive when it does. But what's really impressive here is the repeated use of these Hero Factory torso pieces. It's really impressive how like this bit here, where the neck would be on the original torso, that empty gap between the shoulder pads, well, it can work well as a kind of knee joint. You place that Bohrok shield from Garlock right here, you've got a pretty seamless bridging of pieces. It looks so cool. And then taking that exact same torso piece and elegantly repurposing it into a bug-like face. And then taking the piece once more and putting it on the arms. The way it elegantly branches down into the little purple pincers down below. Dude, finding so many different ways of playing with the geometry of these pieces. That's beyond creative. And it looks so frickin' cool, especially when it compresses together and becomes a ball. Almost not even a ball anymore, it's kind of like a dodecahedron. A spiky dodecahedron. But this Hero Factory torso piece isn't the only element that gets repeated. We got things like these white hook pieces. Using them for fangs looks great. Using them for feet, even better. And those magenta invasion from below spikes, they make for great eyes. Honestly, such a perfect piece to use to size up that original Bohrok eye. It literally looks like a supersized version of that piece. I wonder if that was actually the intention when they made that element. I guess it could have been. Huh. Anyway, yeah, it also makes for some pretty good spikes. It's wild that this complex, beautiful mock is repeating so many pieces. Really, at the end of the day, it's only using like 4 or 5 parts, just in larger quantities. Okay, well, obviously the inner workings require more pieces, so that's not entirely true, but still, creating a pretty good part use and then finding another really good part use for that same piece, that is not an easy thing to do. And it transforms. This is so original. This is a genius work of art. It's sensational. Our next Bohrok is called Bohrok Wheeler, and it's by Scat Orange. Now don't worry, this one also transforms. And I like that the ball mode actually has those fangs sticking out. They don't kind of fold up. There's something kind of cute about how that looks. I guess this does mean that the ball would struggle to roll, the spikes would get in the way. But actually, those spikes are made to kind of be a bit flexible and bend. So maybe as it's rolling, they would bend up and you'd be fine. Maybe. Anyway, I want to read you the description for this mock on the original post on Twitter. It says the following. This was inspired by the rolling characteristics of the Bohrok. I literally tried to model it with tires. Rather than like mechanical lifeform aesthetics of Bionicle, I imagined a near-future industrial-style machine. That's the end of the quote. I did have to Google translate that because the original was not in English, so if there's a few errors or inconsistencies there, that's just what Google told me. I love what he said about changing up that aesthetic. Making them less organic and more machine-like is a stroke of genius. It's amazing how well integrated these wheels really are. Even just giving him wheeled feet when he transforms. That's a really nice look. Different from the original, sure, but that's the point. I like seeing people taking this concept and putting it in an entirely new direction. It's fun. Lovely to see some of these invasion from below jaw pieces on the hands. This feels like a funky way of redoing that original Bohrok hand weapon. It's nice to see builders using different and slightly more modern pieces to restyle this idea. I think it really works. And check out how this mock is using a lot of this element. It comes on this somewhat recent LEGO Technic car. The piece is awesome. Beautiful curvature to it, some lovely printing. Wow. And it really was the perfect thing to help pull off these elegant curves and to make sure that it looks good rolling up into a ball. I'm telling you, man, the part selection in modern Technic sets, it's so helpful if you want to build a Bionicle. Maybe you should pick up this set. Man, 2 really well-made transforming Bohrok MOCs in a row. That's a rare sight. Heck yeah. But we can keep that going with number 3. Les L822 shows us, hey, what would the Bohrok look like if they were brought back for Bionicle G2? Well, look at them, they look great. We spoke before about, that near future industrial style instead of the more life form, organic aesthetic that's still slightly mechanical that we see in the original Bohrok. If that's what the last MOC was looking at, well, I feel like this one is almost implying a bit of an alien-like aesthetic, with very smooth, slimy, kind of gross textures. It's dope. The faceplates here, they use these eggshells. They're the same ones that appeared in various Invasion from Below LEGO sets, like Bulk's drill machine. Yeah, these pieces allowed you to imprison the heroes. Heck, you could even use them to hatch little bugs. They're cool, kind of flexible pieces with a very distinct aesthetic and texture to them. Slapping it onto the face makes this look so original and so cool. And then behind this, we have a skull spider. It's funny, the skull spiders may as well just be Krana. It's the same thing, right? You put them on the face of the Toa and you possess them. Huh. It is rad to see how all these CCBS G2 pieces can give us a Bohrok that looks cool, looks original, and it can transform. What a fun experiment. Taking G1 characters and rebuilding them with G2 pieces. What's that style change gonna look like? How can you capture that classic aesthetic, but also breathe new life into it? This is very well made. But I also like this. Our last creation is titled Roh-dunka, the Bohrok Kull Nui. It's built by Brick Brickelson. So this bad boy is taking pieces from every single Bohrok Kull set, rolling them together and making this monstrosity. A monstrosity that reminds me of the Pokemon Guzzlord. A giant creature with an even bigger mouth that eats everything. That's kind of what this is, right? I mean, when you think about the Bohrok's mission, what they're programmed to do, they're cleaning the island of Matanui. They're cleansing it, which does require a fair bit of destruction, and that's certainly what it looked like for the Matoran and the Toa, even though there was a deeper plot afoot that I won't spoil in case you haven't dived deep into the Bionicle lore. So, that cleaning could just be them, sucking in stuff around them and literally eating it. I think this is a great representation of that idea. Again, it's changed a little bit, but it just makes sense. I like that. And I like this mouth. It's wild to think that with the very heavy limitations of only using pieces from Bohrok Kull sets, that you can get such an organic and well-rounded mouth design. The fact too that it's all black on the inside, so it looks like this empty mass that anything could get sucked into, like a black hole, It's incredible how well designed this is. And it's incredible that all these different colors don't feel too chaotic. They just work. Nothing about this feels busy. Nothing about this feels limited by a certain part count or certain types of pieces that you can play with. It just works. And it's such a fun idea to take all those sets and combine them into one thing. That kind of combiner, you don't really see people doing that much these days. Hey, maybe it's your sign that you can do that yourself. Take 6 different sets, take them all apart, and roll them into something beautiful. Build a MOC only using those pieces. That could be really cool. And if it looks anything like this, well, then you've made something incredible. Look at his tiny little hands. I love that juxtaposition. Big, big mouth, teeny tiny limbs. Hilarious. And that's an episode all about the brilliant Bohrok. Hopefully it's given you some ideas for your own creations. If you want to see more creations, get a little bit more inspiration, take a look at the links below. You can see more from the builders waiting for you right there. Thank you for watching, everyone. Happy building, and bye for now. Bohrok Carl don't get anywhere near as much love as the Bohrok. Shout out to the Bohrok Carl. Everyone forgets about you, but I like you.